time we're honest with ourselves. Being average is becoming increasingly more dangerous every single day. Every single day is becoming more dangerous. Let me tell you a quick story, right? So when I was growing up, I was always made to feel that being average was not that bad. It wasn't excellent, it wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. For example, if you got an average grade in a test, you would pass, right? If you were average at sport, you would have a place on the team. If you were averagely popular at school, you would have a decent social experience, you would have friends around you, you'd be cool, right? But that's changing. Being average is no longer acceptable anymore. Like, I don't mean to say it, like, it's not really my own opinion. It's just like, it won't give you a desired outcome anymore. Being average is going to give you below average results now. And we are now required to do more to get less, if that makes sense, right? So for a few reasons. First being the middle is getting squeezed, completely squeezed, right? Skills that used to be like average skills that used to give you like average results are now completely get automated by AI and like AI, yeah, really just AI. Like AI is just taking most of these like middle level positions, like it's getting completely squeezed, right? And you can no longer get these outcomes that you want, these average outcomes by doing these average things. And it's getting to a point where everyone is now fighting for the middle, to be in the middle. And it's like there's only so many places in the middle because most people aren't willing to do the work of the top 1% to get to the top position. And no one wants to be at the bottom. So everyone's like, okay, let me try to go for the middle. But I feel like even if you try to go for the middle, you might still end up in the bottom. It's very, very strange, bro. Like most skills that used to be like common and like give you good results, like they're no longer rare anymore. They're no longer rare anymore. It's like we're moving more to like a creator kind of world now. Basic skills. For example, when I was growing up, even my dad, like people in school, they were saying, hey, learn coding, learn computer science, you'll be able to get a six-figure job. Have you seen what's been going on? Have you seen what's been going on with the layoffs within the tech industry, bro? I think they've laid off tens of thousands of people within the last year. These people are excellent computer scientists, bro. They went to school, they're in the hundreds of K of debt. They are the best at what they do. They can build apps. They can in like hours, bro. They can build like entire infrastructure. They can do so much with their skill. They're so skilled at what they do. But these guys are getting fired left, right, and center because we're moving to a world where like all these skills that we used to value, they're no longer that valuable anymore. Because it's like this. It's like I keep having this conversation with my friends, like, and some of them just don't seem to get it. I'm like, okay, guys. I asked them, so if you were given $1 million, right? But then the guy next to you was giving you $1 million, and everyone in the world was given $1 million, how much would the $1 million be worth? For those of you that don't know, zero will be worth nothing. Why? Because everyone has it. There's value in scarcity. The more common something is, the less value it has. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. So because of this, because of this lack of skill, right? The gap is starting to widen. The gap between the people winning in life and the people losing in life is completely widening. For example, bro, I know you're probably Gen Z, like you're probably like between like 19 and 24 if you're watching this video, right? They're 19-year-olds that are making multiple six figures now. Like it's not even just hype. I know there's a lot of LARPing content going around on social media, but in reality, there are genuinely like six, seven figure entrepreneurs that are 19, 20, and they're becoming increasingly more common. Like it's just the honest truth. Like let's be honest with ourselves. It's okay to see like other people doing well and learn from these people, but they are really, really like successful young entrepreneurs nowadays, right? But the majority of people our age, like they're really struggling, and it's not our fault at all. The system is completely broken, completely broken. It's not our fault at all. But it's like we're getting to a point where the gap is getting really, really, really big, and the ones that are winning are scaling really quickly. Like they're winning at like an increasing rate. Like they keep getting richer and richer and richer and smarter and smarter, and like The gap is really, really, really getting bigger, right? So a lot of this is because of like obviously we have online leverage now. We have like the internet. For example, like the way I see the internet, I just see it as like free distribution, free marketing. If you can make a piece of content that goes viral, gets millions of views, you can anyone in the world can see it, right? Anyone in the world can see it. It's absolutely crazy. For example, even Streamer University. I recently found out the other day that The Weeknd was watching Streamer University. Isn't that absolutely crazy? Like The Weeknd is like probably top 5 artists in the world right now. Like he's widely recognized as one of the best artists in the world, right? And he is watching Streamer University, and there's some streamers in Streamer University. They're like younger people that they barely have any subscribers, right? They barely have any followers, but they're getting that kind of exposure because of this phone that you're watching on right now, because of the internet that we have access to right now, right? And obviously we have online leverage, and we can, because of the internet and because of our phones in our hands, we can now learn skills such as digital skills. And these skills are becoming increasingly more valuable, like marketing, copywriting, all these digital skills that help drive revenue and make money are becoming increasingly more valuable, right? So we need to be like, as a community, guys, we need to start we need to start thinking, how can we differentiate ourselves? How can we make ourselves stand out, bro? Stand out in a sea of like copy and paste individuals. How can we make ourselves stand out? Because being average is dangerous. It's not going to get you anywhere anymore. Not going to get you anywhere. And let's be honest here, like if we're being honest with ourselves, expectations have completely changed, right? So I think I mentioned earlier on that there's lots of younger entrepreneurs that are making ridiculous amounts of money, right? So because of this kind of content that's going around, expectations have changed. People expect more from young people now. For example, even just getting an entry level job, they expect 3 years worth of experience. That's the career path that no one even wants to take. Let's be honest here. Like, if you're watching this, you don't want to get a job, bro. You're only trying to get a job because you feel like you have to. And even for that path where you don't even want to get a job, you still need 3 years of experience. How's that make any sense? That's flipping ridiculous, bro. It's like asking a baby for experience. I'm not saying you're a baby, but I'm saying like in the workforce, like we are essentially children because we're just starting, right? And they want experience from us. Where's the flipping sense in that? Like, bro, it's just absolutely crazy. It's absolutely absurd, like how stupid and delusional some of these people are, right? And like they expect you to have this 3 years worth of experience. Like, how am I meant to have 3 years worth of experience when I'm just getting into the workforce, man? So yeah, social media is constantly showing us crazy contrasts, right? And as younger guys, especially, a lot is expected from us. We're meant to have our shit together from a very young age. We're meant to have money. We're meant to be in physical shape, be confident, have our heads screwed on right. And even in like, for example, in like dating, right? The modern woman, bro, she's not gonna mess with you if you don't have certain things, bro. She's not gonna mess with you if you don't have a decent amount of income, if you're not like quite good looking, if you're not in good shape. Like standards are getting increasingly more delusional. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like is like that's the way it should be. It's completely fucked up, completely. But the game is here. The game is the game. I don't hate the player, hate the game, bro. You can either do two things. You can either sit there and be like, bro, the system is fucked up. I'm gonna just sit on the sidelines and not get involved. Or you can know that it's messed up, but you can still win. Just because the game is messed up doesn't mean you can't still win, right? Like we need to lock in, bro. We need to lock in. We need to understand what we need to be doing. And we need to be making the most of our situations, right? So yeah, like yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make this video too long, but being average is becoming way more dangerous. And we just need to be thinking like, how can we give ourselves an advantage? Everyone watching this has an unfair advantage. Everyone, bro. Your unfair advantage could be as simple as seeing details, seeing small details. Your unfair advantage could be like, it sounds crazy, but you can yap in an interesting way and tell stories. Telling stories is basically being able to yap in an interesting way. And if you can do that very well, like you could be very successful in this generation because people love to hear like yap storytelling. Like look on TikTok, right? People telling just the craziest stories, getting millions of views, and those millions of views convert into like real world impacts, like actual opportunities for these people. Like imagine going on the internet and telling one of your stories, like a crazy thing that happened to you, and then you're getting paid for it. Like, it's just nuts, bro. It's crazy the world we live in, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, let's start thinking about how we can give ourselves unfair advantages and just absolutely dominate, bro. Leave nothing on the table, bro. Leave nothing on the table because the world won't give you anything. So, bro, make your mark, bro. You're allowed to be you're allowed to be a bit selfish in this regard. Like you're allowed to want it all. Take it all, bro. Take everything that you got, bro. Use everything to your advantage and make the most of it.